Hi everyone, my name is Mindy Horde. I am currently a four-star diamond qualifying coach. I've been a coach since February 15th, 2012, and after 625 days of being a coach, I was able to leave behind a 10-year career in the insurance industry. So everybody's wanting to know, how have you done it? How did you replace your income, and how did you be able to build a business to be able to leave behind something that was secure and something you've always done. A little background on me: I grew up in a household that was extremely religious, very strict, very confining. I was not allowed to participate in any sports or extracurricular activities, so I don't have a background of being athletic or being part of anything. So I happen to just have a pretty high metabolism, and always thought that I was lucky because I could eat and drink whatever I wanted, and everybody knew I've always been a bit of a party animal. I like my beer. um, so to make this transition was very shocking for me and for other people. I always say that had you told me 2 or 3 years ago where I would be today, I would have laughed in your face. I know when I announced to the whole world that Mindy Horde was becoming an online health and fitness coach, I know for a fact lots of people rolled their eyes, and a lot of people talked behind my back saying, yeah, we'll see how long this lasts. We know her. But here I am today. This turned out to be a game changer and a life changing decision. I didn't honestly put a lot of thought into it. I started P90X on February 2nd. By February 15th, I was able to look and put on a pair of pants, and I've lost a whole pant size. And then since I am such an open person, not private at all, I just blasted it on Facebook. And then, of course, everybody wanted to know what I was doing. And so, that whole post on Facebook led up to my coach saying that, Mindy, you really need to become a coach. I gave her the same excuses that I get from a lot of people. I don't really know. I've never really been into health and fitness. I just started my journey. I haven't reached my goals. I don't think I can inspire anybody. I'm just a mom who sits at home. I don't think I can do it. And then she just said, you need to do it. You're already doing it. You see how many people have responded to your post and need help. So I said, okay, why not? What do I have to lose? I signed up. And so honestly, my ultimate decision right at that moment was I just couldn't tell her no. And so, like, we'll just see where it goes. What do I have to lose? So I'm glad that she didn't take no for an answer. I'm glad that she believed in me because I hit the ground running. I simply didn't change my life. I was doing the same thing I'd been doing. I was like, well, I want to get in shape. I want to feel better. I want to look better. Because prior to that, I couldn't fit into my clothes. I would look down and see this muffin top and just felt disgusting. My body hurt all the time. I couldn't sleep. And so I just wanted to feel better. So I just started telling people what I was doing. And little did I know, I started to inspire people. When I became a coach, I really didn't even know that there was other products available other than P90X. I, had only been drinking Shakeology for 13 days. But the more I talked to people, the more that I started to do my research, I realized that this is an awesome company because they care about you, and there are so many different products. So basically, when you become a coach, I know a lot of people think that they have to read everything, understand everything, and before they can get started. But here's the deal: since I've been with Team Beachbody in almost 21 months, there have been a huge onset of tons of information, tons of products that are brought out for the public to make their health and fitness goals come to fruition, because everybody's different. So they're constantly trying to add in things and constantly trying to better the company, better the product. So you're never going to catch up. You're never going to be completely experienced and know every detail about being a coach. So my suggestion is to just get started. Um, Number one, tell people what you're doing. This doesn't have to be this long book. This doesn't have to be this amazing story. Just tell them your struggle. You may not be able to reach the same people I reach because I have, um, you know, 3 kids. So maybe I'm going to relate more to people who have children than you are if you are single. So the thing is, you can't just please everybody. You can't have this. You don't have to have this picture perfect story. You don't have to have a story like mine. Your story is your story, and that's what you're going to go with. You tell people what you're doing. You tell people what you struggled with. You tell people how your life has changed since you drank Shakeology, since you have, um, you know, started whatever program you're doing, since you've connected with your coach, since you've connected to other people in the organization. That's what you do. First off, is when I became a coach, I know that I drove people crazy because I started posting my links. There are videos in your Coach Online office that come in the video library. If you click share, you're going to be able to copy a link that takes somebody straight to your website. Don't do that. I did that all the time because it's on Facebook or Twitter. It just shows up as basically your website. Nowadays, everybody's trying to sell things, and people get tired of it. It becomes white noise. So my suggestion is don't post your website, because you'll notice too is you can post your website 50 to a million times a day, and when somebody wants to order, they're still going to say, "Hey, what's your website again? How do I order?" So that is completely useless. So I'm sharing that with you, is don't waste that time. Don't look like white noise. And the same thing posting over and over and over again like I did, because that's going to be wasted time. The second thing is just to make sure that you are embracing the 3 vital behaviors. That is drinking Shakeology every day. You need to do that because this is going to help you reach your goals, which is going to help inspire other people, and you're setting a good example. A thing about drinking your Shakeology is don't post your Shakeology every day, because after a while people are like, "Oh, there's Mindy again. She's drinking her chocolate Shakeology with her almond milk and her almond butter or peanut butter at 7:45 in the morning." After a while, they're like, "Okay, we get it. You are the Shakeology queen." Been there, done that. So that's my tip to you. Now, if you are going to try out a new recipe and you're going to put it in like a super, super cool glass, or you're in some super cool place and you want to post on Facebook, that's fine. But when you're posting the same thing each and every day at the same time, that gets a little old. Second thing is, as part of that is you want to make sure that you are doing your workouts. Again, same thing with that. Don't post a picture of yourself in the same exact pose, the same sweaty picture, the same type of clothes, the same background, saying that you did your workout. After a while, that gets old. Same thing is that, if you're going to post that you did a workout, I've seen it before that people just post that if they're doing 10-minute trainer, they post TMT, done for the day. Well, if you're not a coach, you don't know what the heck that is. You're like, TMT? Nobody's going to ask. People aren't going to ask. They're just going to be like, "Oh my God, Mindy's been posting TMT, whatever. I guess that's some workout thing." They're not going to ask. So if you're going to do something, be specific. Because, yes, I understand that you probably think that you are, setting a good example, that you are showing consistency, but the people just stop reading that. So that's my advice on there. Another thing is invite. Make sure that you share what you're doing. Wear a shirt that says Shakeology, wear a shirt that says P90X, and when people ask you about it, even if you've not done P90X, you can say, "No, I haven't done P90X, but that's next on my list. It's an awesome program. My coach, Mindy, did P90X, and she had great results with it. And a few other people I know who had great results. And I represent this company who has tons of different products available for different people. And P90X may not be right for you. Have you ever heard of it? Ask questions." So that's what you do on invitation. You also follow up with people that you haven't talked to in a long time. A friend that's been on your Facebook list, and say, "Hey, Jane, how are you doing? I haven't talked to you in a while, but I saw in your Facebook post that your son's coming in to visit you from college. How's he been?" That is cultivating it. It's not just one-sided. A lot of people think that they need to just post on Facebook about, "Look at me, look at me, look at me, what I'm doing," and eventually everybody's going to flock to you saying, "Oh, I want to join you." It doesn't work that way, because there's lots of people who've been watching you, but they're scared to reach out to you. So that comes down to another thing that I suggest on social media, is that you go ahead and that whatever you do, you engage other people in the conversation. Like, for instance, Ryan and I got tattoos this last weekend in Kemah. I post on there because, I'm sharing my life. People don't only want to see about Shakeology. People only don't want to see about challenge groups and, coach additions to your team. They want to see the real you. So I posted about that instead of saying like, "Look at our tattoos, yay, yay." I posted, "Look, we're matching. We have new tattoos." Then I asked, questions like, "How many tattoos do you have? Do you think that having, like my tattoo down my side, it has several symbols. Do you think that that counts as 1 or a 6?" I asked questions that, do you think that tattoos are addicting? Because the truth of the matter is, people love to talk about themselves. So if you can engage them in that, they'll start telling you everything about them. Then you become in a friendship. Then you learn things about them. Then they trust you. Then they're not just saying, oh, there's Mindy talking about simply herself. So these are things that you need to take into consideration if you are trying to reach other people, trying to build conversation topics with people and get to know them. The biggest thing that I found that holds people back is fear. They're afraid of what people are going to say about them, how they're going to be accepted. The thing is, you don't want to live a life like that. I did. Everything that I did was just to make sure that everybody else was happy. In the end, I wasn't happy. So I really urge you to figure out what you want, figure out what makes you tick, and then go with it and not let anybody hold you back. Once I started doing that, I found that I have actually a lot more friends now than I did when I thought that I was pleasing everybody. And then I go to bed at night and I feel satisfied. And then I have this career where I've helped other people believe that too. And then you just stop caring what people think. And that ties into one of the other vital behaviors is personal development. If it were not for personal development, I wouldn't be able to be sitting here telling you this because I would still be worrying about, oh my God, I can't be on a video because people are going to watch me and pick me apart. Now I just simply don't care. This didn't happen overnight. This happened slowly. And this is what I share with you is that you embrace all of these things. You know, face your fears. Engage in personal development. You set goals. You find your why of why you're doing this, and you tie it it's so deep in with you that nothing's going to stop you. And then you keep going and you keep going and you keep going. I have lots of coaches who basically think that they want this overnight success. And I ask you, because several of you, if you are my coaches, I know it took me months and months and months and months to get you to join my team because you weren't ready. So remember back to where you were is that not everybody is going to be ready either. So you have to have patience with them. Your motive has to be right, that you truly want to help them. It's not about making money. It's not about reaching a rank advancement. It's about truly helping people. And the biggest thing is that, you own your own responsibility. I have lots of people who have lots of excuses of why they are not successful. Maybe that they have had a bad life, a bad childhood. So have I. I've even heard somebody told me that I am more successful because I've had, a bad life and people can connect with me and people, reach out to me. The thing is, good life or bad life, you can be successful. You just have to be you and connect with people on whatever level it is. You're not going to, like I said earlier, you're not going to connect with the same type of people I am, per se, if you have a different life and a different personality. Don't try to be me. Don't try to be somebody else. Be you. So, forget the excuses. I've been told too that, oh, I live in a small town. I don't know anybody. I don't have any friends. I work all the time. I'm busy. The thing is, like, there are coaches out there who have the same thing. They work past it. You have to believe that you can do this. Once I realized that this is something I can do and I will do, I made it top priority. I sacrifice weekends. I sacrifice my evenings with phone calls with coaches on coach calls, trainings. But this is where I am. 625 days later, I am doing what I want to do. In the middle of the day, right now, I'm sitting here making this video on how to help you do the same thing instead of sitting at my desk job that I hate, working with people who don't like me. So I share that with you. Just a few things. His main thing is being consistent. Don't give up. If you only have one person that is asking you for your help, don't sit there and dwell on that you wish that you had more people, or, oh my God, Mindy has 10 people in her challenge group that she's helping. Don't compare yourself to me. You take that one person and you give them your all, you treat them well, they're going to remember you and they're going to tell somebody else and they're going to tell the whole world. So be diligent. Follow some of the top coaches like I do. You may not, like I said, connect on a whole with them because they are different. They have different styles and techniques, but you're going to learn something from them, and that is the duplication. So, part of the things that I talk about too, on top of consistency and believing in yourself, is that you have to embrace this as a business. If you're telling me, I want to be able to stay home with my child, I want to leave behind a career that I hate, I'm tired of going into work with people when they hate me and I hate them, then the thing is, you don't just do this when you feel like it. You just don't do it when it's convenient. You do it all the time. You explain to your family what you're doing. That's another thing I hear all the time is that my husband, my wife won't, support me, and that's fine if they don't want to support you. That's fine if they don't believe in you. That's fine if they don't want to drink Shakeology. Don't spend your whole time and spinning your wheels trying to make them do it. You do what you have to do. You take care of your responsibilities as a wife, husband, mother, father. You do what you need to do, but stand strong in what you're doing. And eventually they will come around, or eventually they'll say, wow, this is really a good thing. This is basically influence our life in a positive manner, and they're taking it seriously, so I want to support them. That's what I did. I told Ryan, I was like, I'm going to do this regardless. And I tried to make sure that I balanced things and didn't make him feel left out, or my kids, feel left out. And I told them all along, it's like, this is something I want to do. This is something that's going to provide a good future for us. I need you to be patient with me, and I need your help. So that way they didn't feel left out. They knew what I was doing, and there was some communication. I encourage you to do the same. So anyways, those are just the main core things that I definitely suggest that you do and you don't do. There's definitely a lot more to that, but these are the first things that I want you to get started is own your own story. Come up with the reason why you're doing this. Share it with the people that matter most to you. Don't worry about what everybody else is doing. You worry about you, and you be consistent with what you're doing, and constantly reach out to me, reach out to other people on your team or in the organization, and that you can learn from. And just more than anything, don't give up. So I hope this helped. There'll be more where this is coming from.